I sat across from Jack in a quiet cafe, my hands twisting nervously around my coffee mug. I'm Grace Miller, and I spent days rehearsing how to break the news. I'm pregnant, I said, voice trembling, his eyes flicked up from his phone. Shock flashing, then hardening. Grace, no, he muttered, leaning back. Shaking his head, we're not ready. I'm not ready, I've got plans. A career, his words stung. Cold and sharp, I reached for his hand. Desperate for the man it loved, but he jerked away. You need to end it, he said, flat, unyielding. Tears burned my eyes as the truth. Heath didn't love me. Not enough. I'm keeping this baby, I replied, shaky but firm. His jaw tightened, anger flaring. Then you're alone, don't expect me to stick around. He stood, leaving without a glance, the cafe door slamming shut. My heart broke, but I pressed a hand to my stomach, whispering, you've got me. I'll fight for you. Weeks later, I stood outside my old family home, suitcase in hand, my belly rounding beneath my coat. Jack was gone, calls ignored, rent unpaid, my apartment lost. The wind whipped around me as I knocked, dread heavy. My mother, Ruth, answered, her eyes narrowing at my swollen middle. So, it's true, she said, arms crossed, pregnant and crawling back. I swallowed hard. Please, Mom. Just until I get on my feet. She snorted, stepping aside. Feet. You've got no man, no job. Watch your plan, Grace. Inside, my brother Tommy lounged on the couch, smirking. Should Fee ditched it, he said, flipping his phone. Now, you're just a click. I clenched my fists. This is my chilled ill. Take care of her, Ruth sighed sharp. You were supposed to make something of yourself. Now you're a burden, her words cut deep, but I held my tongue. I wasn't here for pity. Just shelter. Living there was a slow grind. Ruth treated me like a ghost, tallying every bite I ate, every light I left on. You're draining us. Shed snapped Tommy's tonsy code, pathetic. Washed up outside, neighbors whispered at the market, their voices loud enough to hear. Grace used to talk big. No, look at her, knocked up and alone. I kept my head high, clutching my basket, refusing to crack. Nights I'd lie awake, exhaustion seeping into my bones. Job hunting was brutal. No one wanted a pregnant woman. You'll leave soon as the baby comes, they'd say. I ached to work, to prove I could stand tall. But doors slammed shut one evening. Tommy sneered, what's the plan? Leech forever. I met his gaze. He'll build something, watch me. He laughed, but I meant it. It'd find a way. Labor came like a tidal wave, fierce and sudden. I woke in the dark, pain tearing through me. Alone, I muffled my gasps, clutching the bed frame until I couldn't hide it. Ruth grudgingly drove me to the hospital, silent, her grip tight on the wheel. No comfort, no hand to hold, just me and the agony at the hospital. A nurse's soft voice broke through. Where's the dad? Not here, I croaked. She nodded, kind but quiet. Hours blurred. Sweet screams, nails digging into my palms. Then a cry pierced the air. Sharp and alive. It's a girl, the doctor said, placing her in my arms. She was small, warm, perfect. Lily, I whispered, tears falling. I've got you. In that moment, the world shrank to hair. Give her everything back home. Ruth barely glanced at Lily. Don't expect me to play grandma, she said, turning away. Tommy rolled his eyes. Great. More noise. I cradled Lily, rocking her through sleepless nights, her cries my only company. Exhaustion clawed at me, but their scorn hurt. Worse, saw us as nothing. Job rejections piled up. Single mom, my savings dwindled one night. Tommy smirked. Still jobless figures. I'm trying, I snapped, cradling Lily. He shrugged. Try harder. I kissed her forehead, whispering, well, rise. Desperation sparked an idea. Scrolling online, I found women selling craft scandals, art, hope in small packages. It always loved baking, the rhythm of it soothing. With my last dollars, I bought flour, sugar, jar, simple stuff. Late nights while Lily slept, I mixed dough-baked cookies, filled jars with layers of sweetness. My first batch was clumsy, but I kept going, posting photos online. Homemade with heart, a sale, pinched an order. Then, another. I stared, stunned. We've gotta start, Lily, I whispered, hope flickering. Ruth scoffed one day, watching me pack jars. This won't last, it's already working, I said, sealing a lid. Tommy laughed, selling crumbs. Pathetic, I ignored them. Shipping orders, reinvesting every cent. Then a local calf messaged, love your stuff, want to supply us? My hands shook. Real shelves, real customers, yes. I typed, heart pounding. We're climbing. Lily, orders grew. My kitchen a chaos of flour and jars. I baked through cramps, sleepless nights. Lily's gurgles my soundtrack. Ruth and Tommy mocha. Dream big, huh? But I saw it, a future mine to shape it. Prove them wrong, not with words, but with every cookie, every step, forging a life for my daughter.